What is going on, guys? Welcome to the stream digital. First one in. Welcome to the stream, brother. This is going to be round 3 of the King and Queen competition. You can see here tonight that all of these matches are singles matches. So you got to win to advance. One-on-one, mano-a-mano. Let's get this thing started. Or maybe even wumano-y-wumano. I know we say that a lot. That's hilarious, though. So here we go. Starting off this match, Strudel has been on quite the roll here as of late. But is Scott Steiner going to be able to put an end to that here tonight? What is going on? Agent Destin, welcome to the stream. Hart Strudel, better known as, making his way down to the ring, part of the Primetime Players. Now, we have not seen the Primetime Players really getting involved in a whole bunch of tag team action. Primetime Players consist of Kamikaze Von Doom, or KVD. I did. We're growing it back, and we just needed a little break. Starting to get the stubble to come back in, so it should be back before too long.
The NWO from Michigan, weighing in at 232 pounds, Freakzilla Scott Steiner.
So quite crazy. We have been hearing the rumors about the New World Order getting ready to make some big moves, and a big move right here. But what does that mean for the Steiner brothers? Are the Steiner brothers now a part of the NWO, or is it just Scott Steiner? We've heard some other things out there, so don't know if those are true yet or not, but we will probably find out here tonight. One way or the other. May not know about Rick not wrestling tonight. And in these one-on-one matches, no managers can be involved in this tournament. But Big Papa Pump looking like the Big Papa Pump of old. And representing the NWO. Not new territory for him. Now, can Strudel take down Big Papa Pump, or will Big Papa Pump take the next step and advance to round 4 of this tournament? We are down to the final 16 men and final 8 women in the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Another really neat thing that we're going to be able to see here tonight is because the Titantron is so big, if there are factions involved or faction members, you're going to be able to see that on full display here on this Titantron. What is going on, Vampiro? Welcome to the stream, brother. Sentinel, welcome to the stream. How you guys doing today? How are you and Becky? So far, a little bit of back and forth. Strudel is going to have to use his speed to take advantage of Big Papa Pump. But look at this right here. Strudel trying to prove he can go toe-to-toe with the big one. And back and forth these two go. Neither one really gaining the advantage. And finally, look at this. Strudel takes down Big Papa Pump, rolls up the leg, and gets a 1 count. That's got to start adding a little bit of excitement, a little bit of confidence to Strudel. Can Strudel now take that? Oh, catches Mr. Pump right there. Splits him open with the knees, so a big slam. And now you see Strudel has won the toe-to-toe match Big Papa Pump tries to throw him into the ropes. He counters it with a big slam of his own and now splits him open right there in the middle of the squared circle. Oh, little reverse backpack maneuver. Thought he might have went for a pin, but wisely does not. Stays on the offense. And now setting up for one of the sweetest moves in all of pro wrestling. But Big Papa Pump not having it. Hits the return to sender button. And you can see that blood right down the right side of Big Papa Pump's face starting to really gush out of it a little bit. Papa Pump trying to reestablish who is in charge here. And here it is. Steiner recliner. Is Strudel going to tap out? He does not. Instead, he goes right back between the legs there. And another big slam. Now rolls him up. 3, and look at this. Strudel will advance to round 4.
Here is your winner.
You know, if you're looking at like a tournament style thing, we are in the Sweet 16 part of it, but remember, over 100 wrestlers started out, and we are down now to the final 16 in this episode. Only 8 men will advance, and only 4 women. So even though we haven't got to see a whole lot of Strudel, Strudel has been on a roll here and is starting to become one of the favorites in this King of the Ring tournament. But now Vampiro and Jace Wagner, the leader of D-Generation X, getting ready to get this thing rolling.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 250 pounds, VanPiro.
Vampiro has been wrestling like it is going to be his last match in the WCW, so Jace going to have his hands full here in this match, and it very well could be. It's almost like a lose and you're out type of deal. And Vampiro knows it. However, if you can become the king of the ring, you're going to be hanging around for quite some time. Also funny how it worked out where we have actual superstars now wrestling against the created superstars, and it is 1-1 in every match. That means it's 8-8 right now.
And his opponent, representing D-Generation X from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 267 pounds, one half of the Universal World Heavyweights Tag Team Champions, and one half of the WCW Extreme Tag Team Champions, Jay Wagner.
So Jace Wagner making his way down to the ring. Recently, him and Gruning won the Universal Tag Team titles. However, because of the way the game is set up, hold on, Vampiro, don't go nowhere. So guys, we're messing with some things. I don't know why Streamlabs does this. However, I am also messing with some things, so don't go anywhere. I just have to do something as this pops up so that we can keep this Streamlabs thing on the up and up. It should start doing some cool stuff here. We just got to make it through a few other things. I don't get it, to be fair. But that's okay. We'll work through it nonetheless. And Jace Wagner off to a fast start already, taking Vampiro down. And that is going to be the tongue twister of the night, Vampiro. I'm already used to saying Vampiro now. So here we go. Just got to add this thing back in. Not a big deal. So we got that. We go to the thingamabobber. Vampiro, though, now making his comeback. And look at this. Vampiro, kind of weird. He's in this, like, weird space where it looks like he's not that big of a guy. But then all of a sudden he is. Hey, Vampiro, type in all caps now. Just type a sentence in all caps like you just did. Yeah, it's all a matter of just messing with some of the things. Now in a double countout, don't know what we'll do with that, but we'll figure it out. But you can win on a countout in this thing, so there is that. That's another one. Or digital. Somebody type in all caps. Don't make it a paragraph. Just type in some caps and let's see what's going on. See if we got it fixed. Very true. That's what I'm saying. Strudel very quickly becoming the favorite in this. Vampiro now taking the leader of D-Generation X, taking them back down to the ground. To the ground now. And going after him. Jace Wagner now looking like it's a little bit too much. Yeah, see, I think if Vampiro now typed in all caps, he'd be fine. I've got to add a list of regulars is what it is, too. Oh, already a 2 count. And Vampiro setting up. This might be it. This could be all over, but the Crying grabs the calf. 2, 3, and Vampiro will advance to round number 4.
Here is your winner, Vampiro.
So yeah, I got most of you added in as regulars. I got Vampiro added back in as a regular. He should be fine now. Just going to take a second messing with the Streamlabs thing to figure out what's going on. You know what I mean? It's really meant for, as we get bigger, to keep the peace. But that's kind of a shocker right there. Vampiro doing the thing. Oh, look at that. Dubs. Bama even got it. That's a cool one. Bama and Dubs picking up the gifted memberships that Digital just put out. Along with Olivia. I'm not even going to attempt that last name. Juan. And Serapenfold? Call you Serp. But here we go. This is a very interesting matchup that just happened to fall the way it did. But you're looking now. Oh, you got to be kidding me.
The following champion versus champion contest.
I wish you could as well.
Making our way to the ring from the Queen City, the WCW Women's World Champion and the Ring of Women's All-Star Champion, the phenomenal one, Oxley.
The rest of her entrance would make way more sense if her Titantron was doing what it was supposed to do. Yeah, typically your one-on-one matches end up going pretty fast. Sometimes you get some bangers, but the one-on-one matches typically go relatively quickly, about 10 minutes. So, going kind of fast tonight, but right now we're going to have the WCW Women's World Champion face off against Jane, who is the WCW United States Champion. No title belts on the line, but still very interesting matchup here in this tournament.
And representing the Order from Leeds, England, the WCW Women's United States Champion, the Legend Killer, Jace.
Again, not sure what's going on with these Titantrons right now. They should be showing the Order of the Phoenix, and it should have showed Ozzy's. I'm not going to ruin it, so when it finally does show Ozzy's the right way. So something definitely need to look at right now. I tried it a different way. Apparently that is not the way I should do it. So I'm going to have to do it straight out of Universe Mode. But a few of them we did, so we'll see if a few of them work. But regardless of whether the Titantrons are or are not working, what is going to be working is these two ladies in the ring right now. The Legend Killer going up against the Legend Ozzy. And Jane getting off to a quick start. Remember, and I bring this up a lot of people get off to a quick start against Ozzy, but that ends up not proving to be the thing that needs to happen. So really, pacing of the match, and look at that. Oh, showed it to the crowd and then showed it to Jane. The big head over heel toppler clothesline. And one good clothesline deserves another, but look, Ozzy jumps straight back up. Jane not even fazed by it, almost expecting it from the champ. There is a reason why Ozzy is the champion, and look at all these no-sells going on right now. How much longer is she going to be able to do that? Whoa, just a little bit off. And it looked like Ozzy was going to make her pay for that. However, not the case. Jane now staying on top of this, and this is about as long as Ozzy has ever been dominated by another wrestler. Ozzy right now the favorite to win the King or Queen of the Ring tournament yet again. Remember, she was the TSW Queen of the Ring winner. We did not have another tournament like that in the WWE, but now bringing it back for the very first time in WCW 2.0, Queen of the Ring on the line tonight. At least round 3. Trying to get to round 4. Trying to become the final 8 men and the final 4 women in the tournament. Remember, no title belts on the line. Title belts couldn't change hands on a countout, but you can still win matches by countout. Without a doubt, Ozzy went up top, and now she misses. Jane, so far in this match, just been one step ahead, and we have not seen that happen to Ozzy in quite some time. Ozzy kicks out yet again, but if she doesn't get it rolling here soon, Jane might hand her first loss in quite some time. Now whips her into the ropes, goes downtown, goes upstairs, and then a big elbow. Keeps up the offense now, driving her into the mat. Jane again, though, finds a way to turn it around before she takes too much of that offense, and now this is usually the prelude. 1, 2. But that is usually the prelude to the final dance. Or to the last dance with Mary Jane. Now Jane whips her into the ring again. Tries to hit her with the fisticuffs, but not having it. Ozzy now. And that's usually the prelude to the yellow brick road, but rolls up the leg, 2. And Jane with authority, kicking out in 2. But here we go, just like we talked about, yellow brick road incoming. Gets it in now. Goes, rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And out of nowhere, Ozzy comes back to win this match.
Here is your winner, the phenomenal one, Moxley.
So Ozzy almost handed her first win and her first loss in quite some time, but right at the end, endures the punishment Jane was dishing out, and then comes back to win and advance to round 4 of the Queen of the Ring tournament. So here we go. Hart Foundation versus the 4 Horsemen. Will Robbo be able to get back on track here? So far as a Horseman, he has been doing quite well again. So can he take the next step? And there it is. There's one of our unique Titantrons.
The following is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the 4 Horsemen from Wolverhampton, England, weighing in at 220 pounds. The Machine, Robbo.
Yeah, that's very true, Jane. Not losing to many people, but Ozzy, again, one of the greatest world champions we have ever seen, and she proved why tonight. Yeah, absolutely no messing around. These guys are getting after it. Robbo probably really glad to be back with the Horsemen doing this thing again. Again, for whatever reason, just didn't experience a lot of success out on his own and out in the WWE Even though he had shots again at the Universal title, could not bring it back in.
From Calgary, Alberta, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, Bret the Hitman Hart.
So we've seen some wrestling from the Hart Foundation, from Chris Jericho, from Chris Benoit, but have not got to see a lot from Bret Hart. So is Bret Hart going to continue his journey, continue to try to garner the very first WCW King of the Ring crown? Or can Robbo put an end to that here tonight? Three of the four horsemen still in the tournament. And Bret Hart just a little bit faster right now than Robbo, but these two guys known for their technical wrestling styles. But which style is going to come out on top? Robbo's got a little bit more brawling style in him. However, Bret Hart has been in a brawl or two himself. And even though Robbo, the main part of his game isn't going up to the top rope, you will see him go up from time to time, just like Bret Hart, very similar styles in that fashion. You don't see Bret go up a whole lot, but every now and again you do. Belly to belly. And it's crazy to go back and watch. Whoa! Roll up on the leg. And Robbo now slowing it down. It's interesting to go back, watch some of the old Bret Hart matches like the early ones, right where he was coming into being the Hitman. Quite a crazy style he had. And you see why he ended up becoming the superstar that he was. Kind of shocked he didn't carry on the tradition of the dungeon where he became the trainer, but never know why or why not. Now, taking this match to the outside of the ring, Bret Hart stays in control. Robbo thought he was going to get away here for a little bit, but up and back down in the maneuver Bret Hart said ended his career when that was hit on him by Goldberg. But it's funny now between the two of them, you can't have an interview with either one without them bringing that up. 1, 2. And that pile driver on the outside of the ring almost proved to be too much for Robbo to overcome, but in true Horseman fashion, getting back to his feet. But Bret Hart putting him right back down. And is he going to get it in? This might be it. Going for the sharpshooter. He has it locked in the center of the ring. Robbo tapping out, and many people have tapped out from that move.
Here is your winner, Bret the Hitman Hart.
So Bret Hart showing you why he is the excellence of execution. Putting the sharpshooter onto Robbo. Robbo tapping out. And Bret Hart moving on to round 4. So Booker T and Ed Cardozo getting ready to lock it up here in round 3 to see which one of them can advance to the next round.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the NWO from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 251 pounds, Booker T.
So Booker T now making his way down to the ring. He's been doing some stuff in this tournament that kind of reminds me a little bit of Strudel. A lot of people didn't really see him moving on into these later rounds, but he has not only been moving on, he has been winning the matches that he has been in. So another kind of dark horse favorite to possibly win the King of the Ring. Booker T obviously has won a King of the Ring in WWE where he was called King Booker. But now trying to advance here tonight into round 4.
And his opponent, representing D-Generation X from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 234 pounds, one half of the Universal World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, and one half of the WCW Extreme Tag Team Champions, Eddie Cardozo.
So Ed Cardozo making his way down to the ring. And a weird rule change. Gruening had to give the belt over to the tag team of the faction. So that happened in a couple cases, so we got that straightened out. They will be defending those titles later on this week on Nitro or on Thunder. What is going on? Robert Kemp, welcome to the stream. If you did not see your debut, it's all over my channel. You are a wrestler in our universe mode now. You will definitely, you're on the thumbnail of the last episode. So definitely go check that out. Now, Ed Cardozo going to give up some size here to Booker T, but Booker T is going to give up some speed. Not that Booker T is slow. He is not. Moves very, very well for one of the bigger guys, but does not move as fast as Ed. Probably going to see a lot of things right here, going off the top, going off this, going off that, trying to use the entire ring and the entire arena right now to stay ahead of the game. Robert might be gone already as soon as I told him he made a debut. He might not be in the stream anymore. And look at this. That is a devastating move, especially on the outside of the ring. But Ed getting back to his feet. And Ed might realize it. Is he going to use this and try to use a count out? Almost pulled a fast one on Ed. Ed couldn't get past Booker. Booker then comes to his senses, realizes what the count was, and then gets back into the ring. But Ed makes it back in as well. Now Booker trying to control the match, but look at this. Huge overhand right, coming back down right on the old coccyx right there. But Booker T not having it. Woo! Spin-a-rooney time. Ed gets out of the way, but not fast enough. And now Booker T bringing him over, gets him into the corner. And kind of a super bulldog there. Maybe not a super duper bulldog, but a super bulldog nonetheless. And is he going to go up? Oh, no. Booker's saying, get up right now. Ed's trying to get back to his feet. Booker not going to let him. Booker staying in control right here. And no telling what could happen. You can see a Harlem hangover. You can see a bookend happen. No telling what could happen. But right now, Ed's struggling. Controlled the match early. Look, Ed begging him to stop. Booker T looking around. Ed uses that time to get up in a big neck breaker. And there's one. And here doesn't come the other. Ed stops that from going on. Booker T still fighting, throws him into the ropes, brings him back down. And both men going to a corner for different reasons. Booker trying to get the crowd into it. Ed just trying to get back to his feet. But Ed played a little bit of possum right there. Tried to get things turned back around. Ducks him, and this is his finisher. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And Booker T kicks out into Ed, almost advancing to round 4 of the tournament. Ed now trying to keep Booker off his game, moving him around to here, there, and everywhere, but Booker coming back. Not having it, and now bringing Ed over to the corner. Splits Ed open finally. That was that third corner throw that he got him with. And then there he goes again. Kind of a rolling power bomb. Ed, though, getting out of the way, but you can see how slow Ed's moving now. Ed in a lot of trouble. Trying to wear down Booker T. Booker T pops back up. Ed waiting for him. Brings him way up and way down. Ed now getting rid of that corner rope. Is he going to be able to use it? I don't even think the referee saw it. Booker T sees this, though. Gives him the old calf crusher to the back of the head, but Ed right back up. Throws Booker back into the ring. Trying to control it right there, but now look, the referee sees what is happening over in that corner. Going back in, putting it back together. Ed started to get on a roll there for a second, but then Booker got it turned back around, and so far, towards the end of this match, there has been a lot of back and forth. Ed controlling it early, Booker controlling it in the middle, but now both men going back and forth. And what was that? Don't even know what that was. Ed trying to pick him back up, but again, Booker fighting through, and now maybe going up top. Maybe it's Harlem hangover time. If it is, this might do it. He hits it. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Booker T comes away, advancing to round 4.
Here's your winner, Booker T.
So it looked like Booker T was going to lose it right there at the end. But instead, the former King Booker coming through, delivering the Harlem hangover, and finding a way to advance to round number 4. It's crazy. A lot of these matches here tonight kind kind of some dream matches, especially like on the women's side when you take that many women and you whittle it down. And now we're on the women's side, we're at the final 8. On the men, we're at the final 16. By the end of the night, only 4 ladies will be left standing and only 8 men as well.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the NWO from St. Louis, Missouri, the Universal Women's World Champion, the Extreme Shy Girl, Davis.
So Cheyenne Davis and Heather D had won the Universal Tag titles, forced to give them up to the actual tag team in the faction, which is Misti and Kylie. So there will be a match for that as well, where there was at least one guy still in the men's. There was not on the women's side. So quite devastating to those ladies who won the titles, then had them stripped away, forced to give them to the actual tag teams in the faction. But those faction members will have to defend those belts on Monday Night Nitro. So in the next episode, they will have to defend those title belts. So we will see what happens there. And we'll have the Titantrons fixed as well.
Generation X from the Garden of Eden, Allison, Wagner.
For whatever reasons, the Titantrons apparently do not transfer from the normal game mode, even though there's the trick that you do. I did the trick, but Titantrons aren't transferring, so I just have to do them inside of Universe Mode. So we'll get that done before Monday Nitro. But regardless of the Titantrons, making her way down to the ring, Allison Wagner getting ready to face off against the New World Order. Remember, Allison probably has the distinction of being the only female wrestler to ever be in the NWO and leave, and the only female wrestler to ever be in the NWO and D-Generation X, considering she's the only female member in D-Generation X. So there is that. But this match, another thing, would go a long way to show why maybe Allison Wagner does or does not deserve a Universal title shot. That Universal title belt not on the line right now, but could she win here tonight and make a case for herself getting a shot at an upcoming pay-per-view event? Allison now takes Cheyenne, whips her in the corner, gets her down on the ground, delivering the punches. And remember, Cheyenne can win a match, just like we saw in the last match where Booker T did it, but Cheyenne can win a match out of nowhere. Allison missed, uses the springboard, does a springboard drop kick. And Cheyenne now back in control of what is going on in the match. But look at this, toe-to-toe they go. You can see the obvious height difference, and that did not last very long. Cheyenne getting control of that. And now controlling the pace of this match. And if you know Cheyenne, her pace is very fast. Go, 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 go is her pace. Allison now, though, kicking out in one. And I don't think Cheyenne really expected her to win. I don't think she was like, oh my gosh, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to win it right here. But I do think that she thought it would be a little bit better than that. So now throws her outside, cross body, going right in between the ropes. And look at the state of that move. Allison backing off Shyanne, but Shyanne not even getting all the way down to the ground. Allison now trying to take off that turnbuckle pad. She does, though. Cheyenne's like, okay, you take it off. Whatevs. But now, watch my moves. Watch my grooves. What is this? Holy Moses. And then a quick knee to boot. What was that all about? Allison getting back up to her feet. Cheyenne coming back out, which will reset the ref's count. Allison now getting back to her feet again. Cheyenne not closing the distance in time, so that is a mistake, and Allison now taking advantage of it. Wondered if she was going to be able to use that on the other side. Look at this, arms pinned. And only a 1 count. She jumps back up, hits her with the 8-second ride. Is that going to be it? Might have been it, but I think the referee cut on to the turnbuckle, putting the turnbuckle back on, and does not even know the pin's going on. Finally gets around to it, but only a 1 count. That was like a 49 count. That was like an Egyptian cotton bed with 65,000 count thread count. And now that is going to do it. Rolls up the leg. 2, 3. And you don't take 2 8-second rides and walk away from it.
Here is your winner, the Extreme Shy Girl, Davis.
So you look at who's still in it for the women. You got Shyanne and Ozzy advancing already to the next round, but you still have Mimi, Misti Watson, Heather D, and Victoria VanDiver. I'm telling you, this is going to shape up to be one great Queen of the Ring finish. But also in there, one NWO member has already advanced. You still have 2 more that could. So the oldest faction in our universe mode could have 3 of its members in the final 4. So now here we go. Judgment Day's Billy Kidman taking on Totes McGotes of the 4 Horsemen. Totes uploaded a different character, like the different entrance in the SSU. So he's starting to look different in the SSU.
From Allentown, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 216 pounds, Billy Kidman.
Billy Kidman, though, now making his way down to the ring. Wish you could have seen the new Judgment Day. You will, because, again, we will have it fixed. But seeing the new Judgment Day's Titantron, quite impressive. But Billy Kidman making his way all the way through this tournament as well, and now set up to face the $1 million and United States champion Totes McGotes. Can he stop Totes' winning streak? About to find out.
And his opponents, representing the 4 Horsemen from Huntsville, Alabama, weighing in at 258 pounds, the WCW United States champion and the Universal $1 million champion, Frankie the Reaper Fingers.
Totes McGotes, if you'd notice, has got some new tattoos that were added to his body. So now making his way down to the ring, Totes is defended the United States Championship more than any other wrestler out there right now. Broke the record against CM Punk. You're going to see a lot more of him defending that title belt. But now has defended it 3 times against, won it from Peyton, defended against Paul the Thing, Recon Delta, and CM Punk. So, quite the things. And has tied Goldberg, who has done it twice, who's defended the Universal $1 Million title twice. Totes now has also defended it twice. So, Totes setting himself up to break some records with those 2 title belts, or maybe somebody's going to take it off of him. We'll just have to wait and see. But right now, that is not what is going on. What is going on is Totes, McGotes, and Billy Kidman getting after it. Totes right now controlling the match with Billy Kidman. But, you know, you look at the flock, these guys very, very resilient. Like, they are no chumps either. They can take a beating. They are very tough. And that is one of the reasons why they were chosen to be in the Judgment Day or Ravens Flock, the Ravens Flock version of the Judgment Day. And now look at this, Totes toying around, probably should not be doing it. Billy Kidman tries to get out of the way. Totes misses grabbing him twice, and that gives Billy Kidman a chance to do whatever that was. And Totes thought he was going to get him again, but look at this, Billy Kidman doing the old flippity-dippities, the old slippity-doo-dahs. Flippity-yay, my oh my. Billy Kidman's running around that ring today. Now here goes Kidman taking it up top. Going big arm drag, throwing Totes across the ring. And that is what it is going to take to beat Totes. If you're Billy Kidman, Kidman not having a lot of power, but he does have a lot of imagination. So these moves, very inventive that he is doing. And using the entire ring to do it. Totes now slowing down the action, saying, hey, you got to slow this down, buddy. Totes a little bit too slow, but look at this. Totes starting to get a little ticked off, it looks like. You can see the frustration. Totes can't keep up with the movements of Billy Kidman, and so now Totes starting to really get into it a little bit. Slams him down, looks at the ref, says, what are you doing? Start the count. Referee, don't think he was expecting a pin to be happening right there, but that is exactly what was happening. Totes not super excited that the ref wasn't on top of his game right there. Now, using the ring against Kidman. And Kidman again. Gonna walk it back up top, gonna take it up top, jump back down, and slam him down again. Totes jumping back to his feet, but he couldn't find where Kidman was. Kidman now, 2 knees to the back, call him in the morning. Totes has been jumping up, finally for once. That has worked out, puts Kidman up against the ropes. And what is he doing here? Oh, that is like a backwards DDT on those ropes. Totes now whipping him into the ropes. Picks him up, big slam, and is that? No, thought it was going to. Kidman thought so too. Got back to his feet, Hurricane Rana. Now 2 knees to the front, and I think Totes starting to slow down a little bit. Billy Kidman's offense starting to have an effect. He misses there. Totes stops what's going on, but Kidman doesn't stop what's going on. He keeps it going, rolls up the leg. 1, 2, And Totes kicking out in 2.5. Thought that might have been the match right there. Totes gets it into the corner. Kidman keeping it going. Now goes up. Little leg guillotine of his own. And now getting brought back to his feet by Kidman. And Kidman again going all over the place, but look at this. Kidman just about wore out himself. Kidman starting to get the crazy eyes. Totes better watch out. Oh! Oh! Thought he was going to get it in. Totes gets that reverse back around. And is this going to set him up for it? It is. Kidman went for his finisher. Totes blocked that. Now Totes has him. Extraction time. Takes him, rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. And Totes McGotes will be advancing on to the next round.
Here is your winner, Frankie the Reaper Fingers.
So Totes McGotes getting ready to go on to round 4. So far we've got Strudel, Vampiro, Bret, Hart, Booker T, and Totes McGotes. 3 matches left on the men's side, 2 matches left on the women's side. But right now, JP getting ready to see, can he advance the Judgment Day? Or will it be the Hart Foundation? Bret Hart, the leader of the Hart Foundation, already advancing. Billy Kidman of the Judgment Day not advancing on. So now a lot more weight getting put on JP. He is the final Judgment Day member who could possibly advance. And you know what? I mean, with JP, the old ones are starting to like him. You know what I mean? That's when you got to start watching out, when the old ones, the older wrestlers, they're starting to like JP now as well.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, from Salt Lake City, Utah, weighing in at 193 pounds, JP!
Had to give JP a little bit of flair, so you see them sunglasses. Got the sparklies on them. But look, haters wanted. He's already got the ad out in the paper looking for him. And I think he is going to get one here tonight in Chris Jericho when Jericho makes his way down to the ring. For some reason, dye this year on the hair is on another level. Like it behaves in ways it shouldn't. So you got to kind of take the good with the bad. But really digging JP's hair, but you can see the dye down in the beard area. Maybe that got away from you a little bit. Have to check that out and see. Would have been interesting to see like a JP wrestle a Billy Kidman. Both have very similar styles, so I'm sure we'll be seeing that in the future. However, the issue right now is JP's got his hands full with enough other things that are going on around him. Again, weird. Why is this not the right thing? Strange things are afoot with the Titantrons, but we will get those fixed.
And his opponent, representing the Hart Foundation, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 225 pounds, Chris Jericho.
So Chris Jericho, one of the most underutilized talents in the history of the WCW, no longer underutilized here, making his way down to the ring, making it to round 3. And what is interesting, we have 3 horsemen that have made it to this round, have made it into round 3. So far, we've had Totes move on, Robbo didn't make it. But we've also got 3 people from the Hart Foundation that made it in as well. So far, Bret Hart has moved on. Chris Jericho tonight trying to become the 2nd member. And later, Recon Delta will be fighting Chris Benoit. So 3 members of the Hart Foundation, 3 members of the Horsemen. Now the Horsemen down to possibly 2. We will have to see how that ends up. But it almost looks like... No, they're not. I was going to say it almost looks like another faction. And look at this. We have seen this from JP quite a few times, starting out this match right here with a huge super kick. Guys, while we got a chance, remember, drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. I'm going to share it some more right now, just in case people miss it inside the community. So I try to do the things on Discord where I put out, the @everyone hashtag. So if you have silenced the Totes live stream channel, you might want to turn that back on if you're having problems with YouTube. So we put it out there for them to see, and then I also like to, from time to time, put it on Kamikaze Von Doom's channel as well in the Promote Yourself section. So Chris Jericho and JP going back and forth. You'll see a lot of the same style as well coming from Chris Jericho. So this has been a match I've wanted to see for a minute as well. Can JP hold his own? Gives up a little bit of size, but it's not really the size. When you look at what he does off of these ropes now, rolls up Jericho, and only gets a 1 count. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. Jericho, innovator in wrestling moves. JP, innovator. Jericho ducks that one. And now getting after JP on the ground and attacking that lower back part, which will set up the walls of Jericho. So Jericho very much into getting after the midsection of his opponents, and that is what he is doing right now. Funny, I've been on a diet. Today is day 10. Really it's day 9. I've lost 11 pounds already. And been eating some very interesting food. It's done some stuff. Changed my taste buds a little bit. Like, it's very clean eating. It's not cutting anything out. Like, you don't cut out things. Well, bad carbs. I mean, but there's a lot of good carbs. So you're not cutting carbs. Like, you're not... Very interesting, but it's working. Again, is Jericho trying to use this to his advantage? JP thinks that he might, so he fights through it. And now can JP turn it around? Back up to 8. Thought JP was going to try to use it to his advantage, but gets in the ring. And now he is the one in control, but look at this. Jericho doesn't expect that. Jericho turned it around there briefly, but didn't see that coming. Now JP getting fired up and needing to get fired up. Needs to start controlling this match. And look at that. Corkscrew, jumping, dragon, dive. Say that 19 times fast. Bet you couldn't say it twice. And Jericho says, oh, you want to be upside down so much? Let me help you out with the upside down part. Lets all that blood rush to JP's head. And then drops him right on the back. Again, Jericho attacking that midsection. Hits JP again, and Jericho telling him, look, there's a reason why he's the best. And in the words of Ric Flair, to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I think Jericho is gonna do it. Can JP get in? It's a 9 count, and he does. Oh, went for the kick. Jericho ducks the kick and then grabs him and put him in the walls of Jericho, but somehow JP could have lost the match twice there already. Finally gets that super kick back and now rolls up the leg. 1. And only a 1 count. That has got to be disconcerting. That has got to be disheartening for JP. But JP, whether it is or it isn't, is still fighting on. But Jericho getting that turned back around. And then JP turning it back around. JP now attacking. He doesn't care if it's the midsection or the head. He's attacking it all. Chris Jericho crawling over to the corner, trying to get back up. Can't make it all the way back up. And look at that. If Booker T does a spin-a-rooney, that was an old flipper-rooney. And now JP setting up for it, hits him with it, now rolls him up. This might be it. 2, 3, and that is it. Out of nowhere, JP comes back to win and advance to round 4.
JP.
That is putting JP and Strudel on a collision course to meet in round 4. But JP pulling off the win, pulling off the victory, and advancing to the next round. Now Heather Dozier coming off the big win. For the Universal World Tag Team Championships, then having to vacate the titles. But still has been on a roll as of late. Is she going to be able to advance here to the next round?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing the NWO from Huntsville, Alabama, Heather.
Actually read that wrong. JP and Bret Hart will be facing off as of now. Of course, match is always subject to change, but JP, Bret Hart, looks like Strudel and Booker T, Vampiro, and Totes, McGotes. But now the leader of the women's NWO making her way down to the ring, getting a shot at Victoria VanDiver here tonight. Is Heather going to be able to advance to the next round? Yeah, it's been a long tournament. You know, I think moving forward we won't quite make it this long, but it has been a long tournament, a long road to hoe.
The authority from no place in particular, the natural Victoria VanDiver.
Probably moving forward we'll start with 16 men. Like 16 men, 16 women. For the king and the queen of the ring. It'll be an invitational thing. We'll figure out Like, who needs to be in the match? Because you look at some of the success right now, like you look at the success Totes is having, you look at the success Cheyenne having right now, Ozzy. Eagle Star, Recon Delta, like they don't really need to be in the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. But we started out with 100% of everybody, so everybody who has been in the Universe Mode can now say they've had a chance to do it. And tournament style, it has come down to this. So here we go. Victoria VanDiver on Monday Nitro will be getting a shot again at the Universal Tag Titles. If you remember back on Thunder, Heather and Cheyenne took on Victoria VanDiver and Judge Julie Justice, and they won. Can Victoria VanDiver maybe exact a little revenge here tonight? Remember, we talk about like the finishing moves, why they're so impactful in the ring, and it has to do with Victoria's height. But if you see that, Heather just got some height on that one, used that second rope, springboarded up to the top, took the elevator, grabbed the head of Victoria VanDiver, and then drove it right through the mat. And Heather continuing to work on the head. Heather's finishing move called the H-bomb. And that is a big DDT, big swinging DDT. So she definitely goes after the head of her opponent. Victoria now trying to make up some ground here on the outside of the ring. Getting Heather, then picking her up, smashing her back down again. And remember, that is a very thin rubber mat. Tries to throw her back in the ring, though. Heather blocks that, and then Victoria stays on it, stays on top of the action. Gets back in the ring, but I don't think Victoria, and it was apparent back on Thursday Night Thunder, I don't think Victoria is ready for the speed of Heather, or the speed of Cheyenne for that matter, but the speed for either one of them, because they are just one step ahead all the time. Victoria now needs to find a way to mitigate that. And with moves like that, that will do it. The one. And getting a 1 count. Getting right back up to her feet. But this is what I mean. Look how fast Heather gets up to her feet. And not just back to her feet, but back into the action. So she gets up to her feet quickly. But then she is right back in the action. Right back in taking the offense back to her. And I think that's the part. I think that's the disconnect. I think that's the hitch, where it doesn't quite make sense to Victoria because it's going too fast. She rolls out of the ring. Heather's already out of the ring, waiting on her. And, oh, caught a break there. Caught a break there, and Victoria taking advantage of the break that she caught. And this is where she's making up the ground. She, in the ring, it has not been going the way she wants it to, but now outside of the ring, she has been firmly in control. She just needs to make it translate now from the outside of the ring back to the inside of the ring. And really for Heather, it's vice versa of that. Now see, this is one of those moves I'm talking about. Because she is so far up there, like if Heather was to do that to her, it's not quite the same as if she does it back to Heather. Now Heather trying to get it turned back around. And remember, too, both of these women are former world champions. So both of them know their way around. Now, neither one of them, and no other woman but Ozzy, has ever been the WCW world champion. And a huge clothesline. Thought she might have been going for a pin, but instead keeps the offense going. Big slam, and is that going to be the prelude? Don't know, but she is taking it up top right now. Goes for a big swanton bomb and misses it. Heather now using that, grabbing onto the hair, doing a little side bulldog, taking off that top turnbuckle. Getting rid of that. Victoria VanDiver trying to get back to her feet. Heather throwing her down, letting her know, hey, I'll let you up when it's time. Now that elbow is usually the prelude to the H-bomb. Rolls up the leg. 2. And look at the authority of which Victoria VanDiver kicks out. Victoria now trying to get outside the ring, use those ropes. Heather comes in, smashes her now, takes it up top. Victoria working on getting back to her feet. And Heather hit her with a flipping cannonball as she kind of went on by. And Heather right now, look at this, trying to issue the beatdown, but Victoria fighting back. Heather can't believe she just hit her, whips her into the ring, breaks up the referee's count. Referee telling her to get... It feels like... Oh, he said 5. It felt like 9. Oh, Heather doing a little ducking. And see, look, both of them have been slammed down the same way, but again, bigger impact when Victoria does it to Heather. But whether she was going to do it or not, oh, almost the H-bomb, but instead gets turned back around. Referee's arm caught up in that rope for a second. And this might be, it is, this is her finisher. Did she just pull off the victory against the leader of the NWO? 2, 3, and Victoria VanDiver will advance to round 4.
Here is your winner, the Natural, Victoria VanDiver.
So Victoria exacting a little bit of revenge right there. Finding a way to get it in, to avoid the H-bomb, and then get in her finisher and advance to round number 4. Now, Ultimo Dragon and Eagle Star will be facing off right here. Ultimo Dragon and Eagle, very different wrestling tactics. When you look at the light heavyweight champion, which, by the way, the belt was on Eagle Star, so why it showed back up on Chris, I have no idea. And I didn't even have to switch it back. It's already, it never left his waist.
Weighing in at 185 pounds, Ultimo Dragon.
So Ultimo Dragon with quite the costume now, making his way down to the ring. Ultimo, one of the greatest cruiserweight champions ever, one of the greater international stars of all time, finds himself here in WCW 2.0 and trying to advance in this tournament and win the very first ever WCW 2.0 King of the Ring.
And his opponent, representing the Four Horsemen from Birmingham, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the WCW Light Heavyweight Champion, the Eagle Starman.
So Eagle Star back reunited with his belt. Is going to try to put Ultimo out of this competition and be the second horseman to advance. So right now you look at, again, the Hart Foundation, 3 people. One has advanced so far, one has not. The horseman, one has advanced so far, one has not. And they each have one more. Eagle getting his shot right here. Can Eagle find a way to advance into the next round of this tournament, or will it be Ultimo Dragon? Again, 2 very different styles of wrestling colliding in the match right now. You look at Eagle. Eagle obviously probably the most powerful light heavyweight guy that we got. Doesn't fit the mold of a light heavyweight, flying off ropes and going all flippity-doo-dah on everybody. Ultimo Dragon, quite the opposite. Uses the whole entire ring to do what he needs to do to get things going. So Ultimo now trying to get things turned back around, working on that midsection of Eagle Star. Eagle trying to get back to his feet. Ultimo putting him back down onto the mat, grabbing that arm, wrenching back on it now. And then putting both knees right into the back of Eagle. Eagle avoids getting grabbed, but can't avoid the second one. Ultimo now putting him up against those ropes. Tries to whip him. Look at this. Eagle almost had it turned back around. Ultimo not having it though now. Rolls up the leg. And a 1 count on Eagle. Referee trying to stay out of the way the best he can. And look, it's just that weird agility that the Dragon has. And again, this was kind of the issue Totes was having with Billy Kidman. Kidman just moving a little bit too fast. Dragon, the Ultimo Dragon, doing the same thing with Eagle. But all it's going to take is Eagle catching him one good time to put an end to Ultimo Dragon's night. Oh, Goats tries to get him with the knee. Misses. Ultimo tries to get back in the ring, so Eagle Star obliges him. Gets right back in the ring with him. And now starts laying the boots. And then splits open the scunion of Ultimo Dragon. Uses that metal rope right there to do that leg drop. And look at this. Ultimo doing a little sneaky. Trying to stay on it. Hits him with the spinning roundhouse kick. And then Eagle getting back at him with the Dragon corkscrew. And Eagle now, you can tell he's starting to feel it a little bit. Starting to get in. Letting people know, raising up the fours so that they know who he's with. And he's playing off the crowd. Crowd's getting fired up. Eagle's getting fired up. And here we go. Chugga, chugga, choo, choo. And right across the old face scraper with the boot. Rolls him up. 1, 2. And that was almost it right there. But you know it wasn't going to be it because Eagle hasn't had a chance to collect the bounty. But Ultimo now getting it turned back around, starting to get back in control of this match, getting in control of what's going on. Thought he was going to go up to that top rope, doesn't. Eagle Star gets back up and immediately grabs Ultimo Dragon, now throws him in a corner. And you might think nobody puts Baby in a corner, but apparently Eagle Star puts Dragon in a corner. And then there it is. We've seen that move before, that kick right to the face, right between the legs of his opponent. He jumps back up, and that's all he needed. Eagle, can he get him up? Gets him up, brings him back down. Is he going to collect the bounty? 1, 2, 3. Oh, Dragunov kicks out right there at the end. Crowd chanting that they're not worthy. They know they have witnessed something crazy here tonight. Ultimo Dragon knowing that it's almost over, that he's got to do something if he's going to win this match. Eagle Star still trying to get back to his feet. Ultimo coming in. Whoa, what was that? Eagle gets up, delivers the one knee, and now toe-to-toe they go. Where this match is going to stop, nobody knows. You can start to see the blood coming down from inside the mask of the Ultimo Dragon. And look at this. He's been putting everything they got behind every single punch, behind every single chop, and then finally spinning elbow. But he stays on top of it. He stays going after him right here. And Eagle refusing to stay down. Hits him with a near side cradle slam. Now going after the leg. Eagle still, though, trying to get back up to his feet. Dragunov pressing the advantage. And just continues to go after the lower body of Eagle Star. Every time Eagle tries to get back up, Dragunov is in there. Oh, gets him, locks it in. That's the Dragon Sleeper. That's his finisher. Is Eagle going to tap out? Well, he didn't tap out, but he ain't getting up. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And I think Eagle Star might have been knocked out. And Ultimo Dragon takes advantage. Absolutely crazy match. Eagle Star refusing to give up. Ultimo Dragon letting the hold go. Then taking it off the top rope. And getting the 3 count on an unconscious Eagle Star. What a crazy match that is. But Ultimo Dragon now advancing to the next round of the tournament. Now the final spot for the women and the final spot for the men is about to be decided. Mimi taking on Misti Watson, Shyanne, Ozzy, Victoria VanDiver already advancing to the next round. Can the same be said now for Misti or for Mimi?
The following is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring, representing the Order from Sin City, Mimi.
So Mimi trying to become one of the final 4 members. Jane, also a member of the Order of the Phoenix, losing earlier tonight. So now their last representative will be Mimi. Can she find a way to get past the double champion, the double tag team champion in Misti Watson? Mimi too, probably, yeah. She's the only Mohawk representative left in the tournament as well, whether it be king or it be queen.
representing the NWO from Austin, Texas, one half of the WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, and one half of the Universal Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
So Misti Watson making her way down to the ring. Like I said, double champion. Is Mimi going to be able to stop her here tonight? Also, Misti known as a former world champion in other promotions. So, lots of experience right there, but Mimi has been at it for a long time as well, and Mimi holding different title belts as well. Gets her shot here tonight to try to advance to round 4 of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Look, right off the bat, Mimi getting after it. Doing that front double pump kick. And now in control. Is she going to be able to handle the pacing of the match? Is she going to be able to make sure everything as far as that is on the up and up? And really, when you look at this, that is exactly what she needs to do. Control the pacing. Misti has a finishing move called Red's Redemption. You do not want to get hit with it, but Mimi has a finisher called the Mia Moore and a very unique pinning style that she uses from time to time. Will we see that come out tonight? Not sure any nonchalant pins will be able to put Misti down, but then again, what kind of statement would that make if it does? Misti now trying to get back in control. Mimi jumping back. And again, doing the things that she has to do. Huge elbow right to the forehead. Rolls up the leg. And a 1 count. Don't think she really expected her to go down right there. But you got to test out the waters. Sometimes you got to slow down the pace of the match a little bit. Another huge forearm. I mean, those forearms, regardless of size, are just devastating. Misti now getting back to her feet, probably tired of getting hit with them forearms. Takes her by the mohawk and throws her across the ring. Picks her up yet again. Using that mohawk for leverage. Misses her with the grab, but hits her with that knife-edge chop, and then spinning 360 elbow. Mimi now trying to crawl, and this is exactly what Mimi didn't want to be in. She didn't want to be in this position. Misti going straight to the NWO tactics, going straight to the toe hold, and Misti goes after Mimi, who jumped out of the ring, but totally misses, comes up short. Mimi now getting back after it, but maybe should have stayed in that ring. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You can tell, like, that put a little bit, but here we go. Red's Redemption. This might end it if she can get it in, but does not. Mimi ducked it, so then Misti tried to go for the armbar. Mimi fights out of that. And right back after Misti, going for the midsection now. She's setting up for it. Is Misti going to see it coming? The Mia Moore gets Misti up in the air and back down. Here we go. 1, 2. And the nonchalant pin could come back to bite Mimi right in the tuchus. Another big forearm right in the corner. Misti now trying to get back to her feet. Mimi stopping her from that, saying, hey, you remember grabbing the hair. Let me return the favor here a little bit. Misti now getting back into the ring. Mimi staying on top of it, whips her into the ropes. Misti ducks it in a big clothesline. Now she whips her into the ropes, hits her with that back elbow. Hits her there, thought she might have been going for a pin, but doesn't. Keeps working on that midsection. And goes to the well one more time. Maybe now crawling on the outside of the ring. Misti chasing after her, swinging and a missing. Don't know what was going on there, but whatever it was, Misti now coming back out on top, goes, rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3, but you can see Mimi had grabbed onto the ropes, but it doesn't matter if I saw it or you saw it. It only matters if the referee saw it, so it looks like as of now, Misti Watson advancing on in the Queen of the Ring tournament, but I can assure you, Mimi is not going to be happy about that. Maybe ends up going after the tag team titles that Misti is holding. But now we've made it to the final match of the evening of round 3. Chris Benoit versus the current WCW World Champion. No title belts on the line, but again, when these champions are in these tournaments, even if the belt's not on the line, if they end up losing to somebody, you've got to believe that would almost be an indication that maybe that person deserves a shot at that title belt. Can Chris Benoit not only advance tonight, but can he earn a title shot at Recon Delta?
Representing the Hart Foundation from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 235 pounds, Chris.
So Chris Benoit, the rest of the Horsemen leaving the WCW. Chris Benoit staying behind and becoming a member now of the Hart Foundation. Makes his way down to the ring, trying to earn some shots here tonight, trying to advance to the next round. But remember, Recon Delta, last member in the syndicate, still in the tournament. So a lot on the line for all the factions here tonight. Very few non-represented factions, like people that aren't in a faction advancing on. And I think people are going to start recognizing that. And that is going to start becoming a thing. Strudel not in a faction. Vampiro not in a faction. Ultimo Dragon not in a faction. Victoria VanDiver not in a faction. Ozzy not in a faction. But Shyanne, Misti Watson, JP, Totes, McGotes, Bret, Hart, all in factions. Whoever wins this match will also still be in a faction. So will it be the syndicate? Oh, finally. Now you get to see it. One of our brand new custom Titantrons.
The syndicate from Elysian Fields, weighing in at 252 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Recto Dalton.
So Recon Delta making his way down to the ring. With a lot at stake here, the title belt not on the line tonight. But losing to Chris Benoit may have other implications. But you look at who needs to advance, who doesn't need to advance. Really, Recon already on a roll, already now in the world title picture, obviously the world title champion. Chris Benoit, though, could use this, could use the King of the Ring to get his career jump-started again. But that all is going to happen in this match. Can he earn the right to have that happen, or will he come up short, and will the Syndicate and Recon Delta advance to the next round of this tournament? Recon getting him thrown into the corner. Chris Benoit now fighting his way, getting back up out of the corner. Recon, though, right now showing him why he is the world champion. Didn't lose that on accident. And Recon put himself in a position to, if he can defend the title one more time, will become the all-time leader in title defenses. Will set the record for most title defenses in a row as far as the WCW World Championship belt goes. And Recon Delta just has this way of doing things right now where, almost like a snake, he's just at the right spot, the right place for your offense to miss him, but for him to still reach out and get you. So very interesting watching Recon Delta fight as of late. No wonder he is the WCW World Champion. Chris Benoit now trying to make some inroads, smashes him into that side barrier. Now takes him, smashes him down to the ground, but look at that no-sell. Jumps back up to the top. Chris Benoit waiting on him. And Chris Benoit now using that. And again, Chris Benoit coming from the Horseman, having that Horseman lineage, whether he's in it or not, no stranger to getting a count-out win. And so if he believes that he can't beat him straight up, he will have no problem ending the match on the outside of the ring. But this is kind of telling right there. Could have did it. However, must believe he can win this. He can win this match straight up and then also possibly earn himself a world title shot here tonight. So lots of things going on in the background. Lots of things going through both of their mind. Recon not wanting that to happen. Recon wanting to make sure the Syndicate continues on. Recon wanting to make sure the rest of the locker room knows he is the dominant force in the WCW right now. Chris Benoit wanting to make sure that he knows no way he's going to take it that way. And Recon, not even a 1 count, kicks out. Recon got a little sidetracked there with that turnbuckle. Chris Benoit now taking advantage of that. And the more Recon Delta tries to no-sell Chris Benoit's moves, the more mad Benoit seems to be getting now. Rolls up the leg, one. And kicks out again. Remember, Chris Benoit, a number of different ways to beat you, but he does have that submission hold, the crippler crossface. Absolutely devastating. He has the flying headbutt that has ended a lot of people's nights. Crowd, though, getting behind it, liking what they've seen so far here tonight. But look at that. Chris Benoit delivered it, but took some damage to the back and was very slow getting up. Recon Delta now taking advantage of that. Getting him up on the top rope. Now going up to the top rope. What is he about to do? Huge suplex off the top, and you can see Benoit looks like he might be out. Rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3. And Recon Delta will be advancing to the next round.
Here is your winner, Recto Dalton.
So Recon Delta going to the next round will be facing the Ultimo Dragon. But a huge finisher right there. Not a way we've normally seen him in these matches, but we did watch him end it that way tonight. So, Syndicate advances on. So we got representation from the Hart Foundation, from the New World Order, from the Four Horsemen, from the Syndicate, from Judgment Day. So a lot of factions wanting to prove why they're the best, wanting to bring that King or Queen of the Ring title home to rest inside their faction, get those bragging rights, and then move on. So we will see another Monday Nitro, another Thursday Thunder, and then we will see round 4, where we will go down to 4 men and 2 women. But for the final, what the heck is going on? That shouldn't have happened. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. That shows you that, yeah, that shouldn't have happened. I've fixed that. Let me go. Let me just go look before we jump off here real quick. I'm gonna have you test this out again, Vampiro. Don't do it yet. Let me go in here. Maybe it'll be in the next stream. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, do it again. Do it again. All caps, Vampiro. Say the same thing you just said. It shouldn't happen this time. Shouldn't have happened anyway. It might be a thing where I've got to go back into the stream now that I've got you. Now that I've got it. Let me just double check everybody that is in here. Let me get Robert Kemp going. So ridiculous. Like, it'll be super cool when we do it. It's not doing the other things it was supposed to do, but it... Let me do this real quick. Go to channel, get Robert. Our regulars, we are putting in to do certain things. That way the robots don't get them. You know what I mean? But type in all caps again, Vampiro. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for us here today. Remember, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. Share the video. Become a member if you're so inclined. You want to be part of our universe. Easiest way, become a member. You can do it for $4.99 a month, and automatically I've got to make you into a wrestler inside of our universe mode. Fastest way to do it. Other ways, just show up a few times, be active in the comments section. And that is another way to do it. But guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch all of you in the next one. Peace.